to us tonight? Congratulations, Debbie Brown and Richie Antonello. I just called it Richie. Richard. That's my brother's name. Richard. All right, can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'm going to ask if there are any nominations for the position of President and Vice President.
I would like to nominate Mr. Anthony Tussey for President.
All right, are there any more nominations for that? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you.
I'd like to nominate Mrs. Debbie Brown for Vice President.
Do we have any more nominations for that? Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Okay, congratulations, Debbie Brown. Congratulations, Debbie. And before we officially call this meeting to order, I just want to thank my fellow board members for entrusting me with this position again. It's been nothing short of an honor. I know where we came from several years ago to where we are now. And if there's one thing I want to add, that even though I might sit here with the title of president, I fully say that we are a board where, my position truly holds no more clout than any one of us here. And I'm very proud to sit here with these 6 people to my right. And I'm looking forward to another great year. And I wish Debbie Brown the best of luck as the new VP.
Yeah, thanks. And if I could just address something as well. So when we talked about this many years ago, that we feel that we should rotate the positions of leadership so that we always have a succession plan and we're all comfortable with it. So one of the misses that we had this year was just a lack of communication amongst the other board members, and we apologize for that. It should be more communicated as to what our plans are in terms of who we want to nominate and why we want to nominate them. So, but as Mr. Tussey said, that we act as one team and we stay together. But looking forward to this year coming up with the new president and vice president. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McCann. All right, let the record show that all board members are present and in attendance. And at this time, I'd like to invite anyone up from the public who wishes to speak on an agenda item. Okay. Board, I'm going to ask for a consent agenda for the items that are listed here on the agenda, unless anyone would like something pulled individually. All right, then can I have a motion to approve all items as listed on the agenda?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. And then that will put us right into our regularly scheduled Board of Education meeting. Yeah. It's what I don't think there's much change from last year. Building grounds. Okay. We got the, no, just go right into it? Okay. I will ask once again if there's anyone who wishes to speak from the public on an agenda item for the regularly scheduled Board of Ed meeting. Okay. Can I have a motion, please, needed to approve the minutes of the June 18th, 2024 planning session?
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, personnel, Mr. Cameron?
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. I would like to request the approval of the resignations of items listed in your agenda under item T1. Request a motion.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
So I'd like to request a motion for the approval of the probationary appointment for Caitlin Kalache, who will be teaching in our World Languages Department in the high school.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to request a motion for the approval of Christine Breslin, elementary teacher, who will be teaching at Paul J. Blue.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to request a motion for the probationary appointment of Regina Hartnett, elementary, and will be teaching at Bayview Elementary School.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
One item to note under the appointment, probationary appointment of Jillian Rufo in special education will be at Oquanaut, not Manitowoc, as listed in your agenda. I request a motion for that approval.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to request a motion for the probationary appointment of Jessica Schilling, special education at Manitowoc.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Yeah, so it says Oquanaut on the agenda, but I assume we're just gonna,
We're swapped. Miss Rufo, Oquanaut is Miss Rufo, and Manitowoc is Miss Schilling.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And I'd like to congratulate Jessica, who is here this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. We're very excited to be welcoming Jessica, who has experience behind her from some other districts. Always excited to steal a gem from another neighbor. Jessica, we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and we know that our students and kiddos over at Mount Tucker in very good hands in 5th grade special class next year, so thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me.
And I'd like to request a consent agenda for all remaining items T3 through other as listed in your agenda.
So moved.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Just one question. Jim, where are we in terms of hiring? I know we're just started the summer. Do we still have open positions? Just kind of an update there.
We actually just sent out, we're screening for a new school psychologist. So those screening invites just went out. With regards to the rest of our hiring, we have a couple finalists doing demo lessons this Thursday at our summer investigations program at Paul J. Blue. So thank you to Mrs. Pratt for organizing that for us. And then with regards to, some of the things that we've had to do this year with accessing, we're actually doing a very good job of recalling a lot of positions, and we're finalizing those appointments this week with department and building leaders. And we've, although we accessed 19 people, we are more than halfway back at that point. I don't want to put a solid number out until I'm able to finalize everything, but I believe we'll be well more, probably close to 3/4 of those people coming back.
All set, right? Mr. Cameron?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Where are we? All right, we have a report of board committees. We'll start with Building and Grounds Committee meeting, and I'm going to ask Mrs. Debbie Brown to present.
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. The Building and Grounds Committee met on June 18th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in the Beach Street Middle School, room 108. Committee members present were myself. Board members present were Mr. Tussey, Mr. Antonello, Mrs. Kelly, Mr. Bedell. Administrators present were Dr. Romanelli, Mrs. Morrison, Mrs. Pilati, Mr. Bassi, and Mr. Cameron. Items discussed, first item was air conditioning, the heat pump rebate from PCG. We have received and deposited a rebate of $672,212 from the air conditioning installation. Tom Cahill from PSEG presented the rebate information to the committee. Macera and Bosse's, the roof is mostly completed. It's watertight, trim work is remaining, significant concrete sidewalks, paving, HVAC, interior finishes, etc. have been completed. The Board of Ed will tour Macera Bosse's in August and will report back. B&G projects and topics, the summer camp and cleaning projects have all been scheduled and they're on track. The high school basement clean out was done in May. It was completed with great success. The Beach Street Middle School waste ejection pumps, a replacement is necessary. The project has started and is in progress. The district office security vestibule, that renovation is on schedule. It's been started. The front of the district office is already demolished. The meeting ended at 7:40 p.m. and the next B&G meeting will be posted on the district website.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. And we are going to walk an item onto the agenda, which is going to be the report of the Special Ed Committee meeting. And again, I'll turn to Mrs. Brown for that.
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. On July 9th, 2024, Special Ed Committee had an abbreviated meeting via telephone. The conversation started at 12:50. In attendance was Administrator Jean Dowling and myself. Mrs. Dowling advised that ESY, which is extended school year, has started and is going well. The students and staff are enjoying their first summer with a fully air-conditioned building. We discussed IEPs from CSE and CPSC, recommendations from the respective committees. They will be approved this evening. The call ended at 12:55. The next special ed committee meeting date is to be forthcoming. Thank you, Mr. Tuffy.
Okay, thank you. Let's move into Policy Committee with Mr. Cameron.
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. As part of the policies reviews this evening, we have the annual reviews of policy number 5412, purchasing procedures, 5421, procurement of goods and services, 5610, insurance, 5623, use of school-owned materials and equipment, 5683, district-wide safety committee, 6150, alcohol, drugs, and other substances, school personnel, and number 7320, alcohol, drugs, and other substances. If I could request a motion for the annual review and update of those policies.
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Excellent. All those policies are from our old policy manual. As we continue to update our policy manual, we'll see new policy numbers associated with those and some new policy titles. The remaining items, I have a second reading of our Series 0000 from our new policy manual, Philosophy, Goals, and Objectives, and a third reading of our Series 1000s, which is Community Relations, and a first reading of our Code of Conduct, which would be one of our annuals, but with the update of our electronic use policy agreement, we had to update our Code of Conduct as well. There's no motion needed for those readings at this time, as they're just under readings and not adoption.
All right, thank you, Mr. Cameron. And I apologize, I skipped over the curriculum update, and so for that, I would like to turn to Ms. Morrison.
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. Good evening, everyone. Congratulations and welcome to all the new hires appointed this evening. West Islip is very fortunate to have you on board, and we look forward to collaborating you to support the ongoing advancements of our students going forward. The Summer Investigations Program for grades 1 through 5 is up and running at Paul J. Ballou. Approximately 147 students are attending the program. They are engaged in Foundations and Ready to Rise programs to support their grade level literacy needs, along with hands-on interactive math activities. Embedded into these learning experiences are weekly themes such as America Beautiful and Under the City. Today, the district received the AP and IB results from the June exams. The results will be reviewed along with the results of the Regents exams and shared at an upcoming meeting. The review of the data will be analyzed to inform instruction for the 24-25 school year. As a side note, we did receive confirmation last week from the AP that next year exams are going digital. So we will be working with parents and students throughout the fall and winter of next year to prepare students to take those tests via the computer. Summer PD for teachers and staff has commenced. PD sessions this summer are focusing on the science of reading, the utilization of various technology applications to supplement instruction, effective implementation of the district's electronic use policy, the profile of the graduate, and much more. We are looking forward to welcoming new teachers to teacher orientation on August 27th, 28th, and 29th. And believe it or not, plans are currently underway for superintendent's conference days on August 30th and September 3rd. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Morrison. We'll move into business items with Ms. Pilati.
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. May I have a motion for the approval of budget transfers 4419 through 4423 in the general fund and 4420 in the capital fund?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
May I have a motion for the approval of the tax anticipation resolution regarding authorizing the issuance of not to exceed $20 million tax anticipation notes in anticipation of the receipt of taxes levied or to be levied for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
May I have a motion for the approval of the contracts as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
May I have a motion for the approval of the surplus items as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
May I have a motion for the approval of the bids as listed on the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Pilati. Can I have a motion, please, of approval for the resolution for the 2024-2025 income eligibility guidelines for free and reduced lunch?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval, please, for the contract of superintendent of schools, amended dates for it to be July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2029?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? Just want to say congratulations, Dr. Romanelli, well-earned extension on that. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval of the memorandum of agreement between WIDA and the Teaching Assistants Chapter?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval of the memorandum of agreement regarding the WIDA Nurses Chapter?
So moved.
Second. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval for the Bridges Academy Second Amendment to the lease agreement?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval of the After School Kids Under Supervision, Inc. Sixth Amendment to the lease agreement?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval of the Compact for Learning Plan?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval of the resolution regarding capital improvements project at Massara?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval of resolution regarding State Environmental Quality Review Act and the resolution proposed site improvements and construction projects at Massara?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval for the Cullen Danowski engagement letter for risk assessment for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval regarding the resolution that the Board of Education approves the recommendations of the Special Education Committee of Students as listed in the district's backup and authorizes the district to arrange for appropriate services?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Can I have a motion of approval for BOCES multi-year service agreement regarding instructional computers?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Dr. Romano?
Thank you, Mr. Tussey. So with every new year comes new exciting possibilities. One of the things I love most about working in the world of education, starting a new school year, which we are in the process of preparing for. We had our first CABINET meeting of the year earlier today, reflected on many of the accomplishments that happened throughout the year, but also looking forward to continuing the work we're doing to make Westside Slip the best district it can possibly be. A big priority this year will be remaining future focused. That's going to be kind of our theme that we'll be discussing at Superintendent's Conference Day moving into the year. We're really proud to have been a step ahead of many of the initiatives you see coming out of New York State now here in Westside Slip, and a lot of that work has come from Mrs. Morrison's leadership in the curriculum office. We have the development of our profile of a graduate, which preceded the New York State portrait of a graduate that recently came out. Our cell phone policy launching in the coming year is really now a hot topic in many districts and also at the government level, which we're kind of ahead of the curve there. And the new graduation requirements being proposed by New York are certainly in line with all the work we've been doing regarding performance-based assessments and really multiple ways to demonstrate mastery of knowledge. So we are very happy with that work that's all been taking place and looking forward to staying future-focused and being ahead of the curve there. We're continuing working on a number of initiatives already underway, including this year, including crafting a district statement on artificial intelligence, launching a mental health subcommittee as part of our health and wellness initiative, the expansion of our IB program at the high school, and reviewing achievement and attendance at all levels. And I know that 24-25 is going to be our best school year yet, and we're working hard this summer to get ready for that. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Romanelli. At this time, I'd like to invite anyone up from the public who wishes or has a comment. We have no cards. Great. Can I have a motion to adjourn to exec session, please?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of summer, and we'll see you in August. Hopefully.